After a long and tempestuous voyage, my ship, the Seafarer, was wrecked upon a rocky coast. By the mercy of Providence, I was cast ashore unharmed, and I found myself on a desolate beach. No signs of human habitation for miles. My journey inland appeared to have no end, no limit or conclusion. Labouring through the undergrowth, my legs and arms grew heavy. All feeling had abandoned my extremities. The occasional tree, preventing my falling, rescuing me from the discomfort of a cold night on the damp and joyless terrain. The darkness was now my enemy, falling quickly and surrounding me, mocking my situation. A small wooden bridge was an assurance that I was not marooned, a sign of hope that human company was near. Yet again, alas, I ailed. For no sooner had I descended the bridge, but a fever came upon me, and I was reclining as a more deep and revitalizing sleep followed. The next morning I awoke with a start and recounted my journey, the sounds of the guillemots and gulls serving as a reminder of my close proximity to the sea. Perhaps a coastal town lies nearby, where a vessel would return me to my home, my wife and child, from whom separation had convinced me that this would be my ultimate voyage. I drank from a nearby stream. The crispness and cold, comforting sensation soothed my salt-burnt throat. Invigorated, I continued on my way, heading inland, and soon fell onto a path. This thoroughfare was significant in its construction, and resembled one continuous highway of hard, speckled stone. Before me rose, as if by some enchantment, an edifice that we might call an inn or a tavern. I approached at pace until I spied the natives, a small group of whom were advancing directly upon me. The woman, her cheeks rosy from the sun, approached me, her voice playful. Well, well, who have we here? Just come ashore, have you? I stammered in confusion, for though I was familiar with the customs of drinking, I knew not how to respond. He's a homeless, one of the lads remarked. I felt myself falling, and to a man, they arrested my fall, holding me. Water, the girl cried, and the younger boy produced a vessel with scrolling and decoration upon it. The water was cold and soothing, and I lifted my head to thank him for his kindness. Where are you from? The other boy inquired. Home, I managed. Home. London. And as swiftly as the fever had returned, then so did a darkness. I descended into what felt like a hole in the ground, as the three faces, first watched with concern, then one by one appeared again, here and there.
Is he okay? He's not going to be sick in my dad's car, is he? Go.
Trees passed by quickly, and then a face would appear again, urging me to drink. Such a feeling of disorientation overcame me. And as my head began spinning, my heart began a rhythm of such force. The that I did believe that it would leave my body entirely. Such a feeling of disorientation overcame me, and as my head began spinning, my heart began a rhythm of such force that I did believe that it would leave my body entirely. And at that moment, and with such a sudden happening, I found myself moving as part of a human caravan. Through first the darkness, then up stone steps, and into daylight. As I reached the summit of the narrow passageway, I found myself amidst the bustling streets of a vast metropolis. What dream was this that had transported me from the meandering country lanes to this place? Here, carriages of all sorts, laden with men and women, rushed upon one another with such impetuosity that I was hard-pressed to distinguish whether I stood in the midst of a battle or a market. Upon every side of me were towering edifices of brick and stone, decorated with such boldness, and in some instances with such impertinence, that I could scarce credit my senses. Hung great banners and strange illuminations which, though I have no means of understanding their purpose, appeared to change their hue and arrangement with the speed of the wind, and as I gazed upon them they shifted and changed in such rapid succession that I began to doubt whether the things were real or merely some fantastical apparitions designed to confound the mind. Yet, stranger still, were the people themselves. Though they were many and seemed to be of all sorts, some in rich apparel, others in the humblest of attire, none appeared to take notice of one another. They moved about in such haste, each intent upon their own affairs, paying no heed to the commotion around them. I did observe, however, that many of them carried small, curious apparatus in their hands, which they seemed to consult with great fervour. I could not for the life of me fathom the manner in which such contrivances could be of service to one's state of being. And so I departed from this curious scene. I wandered south, the path leading me to a river, one whose dark, flowing waters seemed familiar to me. A certainty grew within me that I would soon be repatriated to my home, my people, my London. My hopes were destroyed as I spied a familiar and once reassuring vision of the dome of a cathedral. For there, facing me, was St. Paul's Cathedral. Here was my home, a home that I knew and loved, changed forever beyond any sense or meaning, a world so alien to me that I could not imagine remaining here.